Big smiles. I feel like with that music, I should start the show like I'm Trevor McDonald or something. And today's score, Burnley 2, Tottenham Hotspur 5. We're back, people. We're back. Anyway, in the house, we got these others. They're joining. SUBSRCRIBE, Sean Hurl. And welcome back, Darius 3K, to PRTVSpurs, Paxton Road TV. You know where to find us. So you might not know where to find us, but we are available all round. But look out for the new channel, PRTVSpurs on YouTube. Also PRTV, and we're going to obviously tell you about that. We're going to do a slow transition over. But more importantly, this is the reaction show for that. I am Sam Spurs for life. And yes, Tottenham have won a game straight after the transfer window, which we're not going to talk about today. But we're going to get into the game. May as well start with you, Darius, since you haven't been on here for a while.
Long time. Hello, everyone, by the way.
How are we doing? How did you find that? I like that.
Oh, my gosh. What a great way. What a great game to return to Paxton Road TV, or should I say PRTV Spurs on. It honestly, when that fourth and fifth goal went in, I didn't even celebrate. I was more just in shock at what I was watching. So I'm over the moon. It was an unbelievable performance from a lot of players. You know, we still conceded 2 goals. There's still places we can improve. But overall, that was an incredible performance with some real special goals as well. So I'm very happy to be back. And what a way and what a game to be returning to.
Yeah, I don't think for me, there's no doubt about the first 11, 12, 13 players in this squad. I think we can be a match for anybody at home, away from home, playing any style of football that we come up against. We'll find a way to score goals. I don't think that's going to be a problem, even though we've got issues in certain areas of the pitch. But as I'm just saying, I'm so glad to see the attacking intent from when we went a goal down. You know, before we've had situations with different managers, different players at the club, mentality-wise, where 1 goal down at Burnley, the way Burnley were playing, attacking and flooding players forward after 4 minutes, we've seen what can happen. We've seen the old mentality. And it's not so much even the style of football that's obviously the big improvement, but it's the mental side of things. These guys just stayed calm. You could see they were going to be able to create chances. We know that they're going to create chances at any given opportunity. But I just thought Burnley are really putting it on us. If they get a second goal, it could be a little bit more of a challenge. I didn't give a prediction in terms of the score, but I'm going to say, and with hindsight, it was 3-1 I'd called. Didn't think that Burnley would score first. Thought it would be us, and then Burnley having to chase the game. But that makes it even better when I think them scoring first. Bit of naivety from Vincent Kompany, I must say. But I do believe that those type of teams, if they are going to play for it, it's going to play right into our hands. And yes, 5-2 could have been more. Sure, talk to me about the goals today that you've seen. Son, is he back? Madison, superb. What about the whole team performance?
Yeah, I don't think you'd be really nitpicking, and you know me, I like to nitpick to find anything wrong with that today. I mean, it must be like night and day for Darius coming back to that. I mean, when he left in the depths of Conzi ball to come back to Ange ball. I mean, this is what I've been seeing up the road in Celtic for the last 2 seasons. You know, foot on the throat. He'll love that we not only did we go 2-1 ahead, we continue to go on and score more. And yeah, I mean, Sonny loves a goal against Burnley, doesn't he? He just loves a goal against Burnley. Yes, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
And a good one at that, Sean. He always scores a good goal against Burnley as well.
Yeah, I mean that first finish was absolute class, wasn't it? Absolute class. Yeah, I'm more than happy. Yeah. And Brennan Johnson to come as well. So yeah, all looking good. All looking good. And yeah, we sit second in the table behind Man City tonight. And I do believe that the Billionaire Club lost today as well. So that's even better.
Even better, Sid. Before we get into the stats, which I know you're going to help me to provide and show because you put them together. A little bit different on the stream today, but we'll get them sorted out. But no, how did you find this game? Like I said to you, we've got a very, very good team with our 11 that play. Even though like the bringing in Solomon today, excellent. I think he was excellent. He showed a lot of determination. He's got good pace. I think if Kulusevski could show the same sort of pace on that side, that'd be ultimately both sides. But again, he's got different skill sets. But what did you ultimately think about the performance today? And who was your man of the match? If there was not an obvious one for you.
Do you know what? First things first. Harry who? Harry who? Who? idea, mate. I don't even know that man. Sorry, forgot. But now, do you know what? I think we all knew what we was going to expect after Tuesday's performance. We knew that was just players trying to get their Ange trying to get some of the players game time and to see how shit they really were, and he found out how shit they really are. But today was business as usual, business as normal. I think we was all a little bit sort of not shocked, but Richarlison's not starting. But I think good performance. That first 20 minutes for me was a bit shaky. But after that, once we actually got onto the ball, got playing, man, I tell you what, my son is pissed right off. He took Son out of his fantasy team last week. He took him out and goes and scores a hat-trick today. He's fuming, absolutely fuming. But hey, what a performance.
Sid, let me tell you who else might be fuming. All those people who probably didn't redo their season tickets for this season because they thought we were going to be shit again. I was so glad I did that, because I was thinking to myself, after that shower of 2 years nearly for Conte, I wasn't going to do it. And I think we had all talked about you maybe not doing it and blah, blah, blah if they didn't do this. But now, do you know the best thing is to enjoy watching football? I know it's a bit of a cliche. You should enjoy it. It is a business, and it also is, it's entertainment as well. But like I said, to watch that now, I'm going as many times as I can this season. And if I can't go, then Darius, you're more than welcome to go in my place. Yay! More smart. Sid, let me try and see if I can add this to the stream. I might be able to do this.
Okay.
It might work. If not, then you can take over. It might not. Let's see.
You do that one. I'll do the next one.
Go on, no problems. All right, in possession, 46% possession to Burnley, 54% to Spurs. Felt like there's a bit more to us, but that's how the stats go. 16 shots to 20. As I said, we're always going to see a lot of shots from both teams in games that we play. The important part here, shots on target 4. One fantastic save by Vicario today. As I said, goalkeepers are there. Roy Keane would have said he's doing his job, but that wasn't a doing his job save. That took a deflection. He had to stretch, got it over the bar. And like I said, he wasn't really troubled much else in the game. And again, it would have been nice to have got in 5-1. I don't think, again, he's at fault for any of the goals that were scored today. But what I will say is that the confidence is growing with these defenders at the back now. I think that's probably about the settled back 5 that we're going to have. Corner 7-4 in terms of Burnley's favour. Next slide, please.
Next slide is the team. So do you want me to do the team?
Yeah, do the team. And then we can talk about the actual game. Because like I said, the stats, I think those stats that we've just seen before are very much what we're going to see from a lot of the games. It'd be interesting to see when we play the likes of Arsenal, when we play the likes of teams who really, really want to have possession, Manchester City's and that, how that is balanced out. But yeah, let's have a look at the team. Vicario in goal, Porro at the back. Udogie. All right, just hold that back 5 then. Sean, talk to me about that back 5. For you, is that back 5, that's it now in terms of players together that can play and perform at that sort of level? On mute, sorry, mate.
Yeah, and just found his back 5. Vicario, my keeper. What a save that was for that deflected shot. And Porro, sleepy for that first goal, very sleepy for that first goal. He was caught out there, but recovered into the game. Romero was just absolute colossus, a Rolls Royce. Van der Ven just swept everything else up. And the best left back in the world, the best fucking left back in the world. Udogie. Let's go.
These mans have gone full hog on Udogie. Darius,
you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
Did you hear about what Sid and Sean?
Tell me what you guys said, and then I will.
Story.
You
tell your story, because I think it's going to be very similar. Go on, you tell your story.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure a lot of our fan base know who Fuad Kadani is. He's on DR Sports a lot. He's a very good representative of our fan base. And he said something, I think it was last week or maybe the game after Man United. He said that Udogie at the end of the season is going to be one of the best left backs or top 3 left backs in the world. And I looked at him on the screen and I said, what? I looked at the screen and I said, what? That's a bit crazy. But every single performance that that guy's put in makes me think that quote is less and less crazy because, my Lord, that kid is what? Is he 19? Or is he 21? 20. He's 20 and he's playing like that. Never played in the Prem. Van der Ven as well. Oh, my Lord. He's ridiculous. He's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm guessing that's what you guys are going to say. I'm guessing.
I'm going to let them lot say. All I'm saying to that is, I just told Sean and said, hold on a minute, just give the kid a chance. He's 20. There's a lot to go. But I'll
Destiny is our angel from Udinese. Come on. Let's go.
I said, Darius, that Destiny Udinese is going to be the best left back in the world. And my youngest said the same. And then I corrected myself and I said he's going to be the best fucking left back in the world. To which Sam laughed. Right? And let me tell you.
I just said, hold on. I said, hold on, steady. Give a chance. That's what I said, steady.
Let me top that up now. And this is what my son said today. And he was on stream yesterday, Rehan. He's turned around and said, give it till the end of this season or next season, and he will be 100 million plus man. City will be coming knocking for him. That's what he said.
Wow.
So not only is he going to be the fucking best left back in the world, he's going to be worth 100 million plus within 2 seasons.
Wow.
And Sean,
you know what?
He was basically, let Sean have his piece as well, because there's two sides. There's 2 sides.
Yep. I've fallen in love with the boy. He's just 20 years old. And he's playing like a sort of 27, 28-year-old. And he just, he has no fear. He blinks in attack. He's dangerous in the box. I mean, how many touches did he have in the opposition box today? As a left back, he comes inside as an inverted fullback, but he doesn't stop on his side of the field. He'll go right. I mean, that's how we scored against Man United. What a find! Thank you, prisoner 1378, poet teaching, for discovering that guy. What a wonderful player.
That might be his new nickname. Prisoner 1378.
Yeah, man, prisoner 7. What is it? We should call him prisoner 18.
Or 5446 was my number. Oh yeah.
Oh, dear me. But we can't go off the back 4 without talking about that strike from Cristian Romero from the corner. It was tight offside. But when I saw that, I was like, bloody hell. That thing, for me, the second goal, just before half time, even though it was very much touch and go, that just made that second half what it was. Because Burnley, they would have been happy going in at 1-1. I think we'd have been probably happy going in at 1-1 because of the start to the game. But that, for all the possession that we did have, that goal just set it apart. It made Burnley have to then rethink just before halftime. It changes all your team talk that he was going to go with. So now you're a bit confused. So that's why I think the little bit of, doubt now with what they were doing. They changed to a back 5. Maybe they were going to do that anyway. But I think that threw even more doubts into some of the players because after that, it was just one-way traffic, in my opinion. But as I said, the stats kind of said otherwise in terms of possession. Go on then. So next slides then, or next bit of the slide, should I say?
The best midfield, could this be? The best midfield in the world. There we go.
Here we go. So let's talk about these 3 here. I think Basuma and Sarr today probably didn't have their better games as what I've seen them play so far this season. But again, I looked at how Burnley were playing. They did try to play a lot of man-to-man against them in the first half. That obviously slacked off a little bit when Burnley were having to chase a little bit more, and that gave those 2 opportunities to play through that and be a bit more comfortable. But our number 10, we've sold one number 10 and we've got another number 10 in this guy. There's some doubts being thrown into the groups about Maddison and would he do this or would he do that? We're not sure if he was that good, and people saying he's better than. His quality, his numbers stack up, and his numbers stack up in a Leicester team where he played as a number 6. Sometimes he might play in a 2 in that position. Sometimes he'd play off the left. But his numbers stacked up in terms of his assists, his goal contribution. Talk to me about James Maddison's performance, Darius.
In my opinion, that's my man of the match. And I don't think it's close either. As well as Son played, as many goals as he could have scored, my man of the match was pretty much made up in the first half. And then he carried on and did, what he did in the second half. Maddison is the absolute pinnacle and key to everything that we do well in the team. And not to say that, if he was to get injured or if he wasn't there, that we wouldn't do as well and we wouldn't play as progressive. But having him in that middle, dictating and just, facilitating everything positive that is to do with our attack, it's a joy to see. He genuinely is one of my favorite players I've watched in Tottenham, and I've seen him play 3 or 4 games. Some of the stuff he was doing today was just like the turning, the touches, like he's thinking and making a decision about what he's going to do way before he receives the ball. And he still has the intelligence to actually change that decision if, the situation arises. So if he's thinking, I'm going to put a cross in, but, something else comes up, he can drag that ball, keep the ball close at his feet and beat a man and go down the line. He's got everything he needs to be the best, in my opinion, the best midfielder in the world. I genuinely believe that his ceiling is that high. He's playing in a system now that's going to basically funnel him every single opportunity to score an assist. So I think his numbers are going to stay inflated. I think they're not even going to be inflated in the sense that, he doesn't deserve them either, because he's going to work hard to score these goals. He's going to work hard to bring his team into the game. I mean, I'm just thinking about most of the goals he was pretty much involved in. So, in my opinion, man of the match, quite clearly. The way he just strikes a ball. I mean, his goal was just an example of, what you expect from your attacking midfielder. And like I said, he's very, very similar to a prime Liverpool Coutinho. And that was an incredible player. So if we've got anything like a prime Liverpool Coutinho, I think he could even be better than that. I genuinely believe that we might have the signing of the summer, and that's including Bellingham. That's including everybody. I genuinely think for value and for worth, I think we might have the signing of the summer with Maddison.
Can I ask you all a quick question? When he picked that ball up, how many of you started celebrating?
Sam, tell him.
We both said it. We were watching it. Said, goal. As soon as he's in that space, there's nothing else. But I said he's always going to hit the target. Now the only way it wasn't going to be a goal is if the goalkeeper pulled out a worldie. But that was the only way. But did you see from the shot from in front of the goal is where James Maddison was looking at it? Yeah. It was pinpoint precision. The pinpoint, because the keeper was almost there, but it went in, and that's what I'm saying about his quality. Sean, that midfield three.
Yeah, I mean, Maddison, I agree with Darius, everything Darius said. Maddison was just the star of the show. I thought Saul looked a bit gangly and a bit awkward today. Not his usual fluid self.
Basuma as well, to be fair.
Yeah, he seemed to get the ball caught under his feet a lot, and his passing was a bit, it was a bit 50-50 at times. But Basuma I thought was effective. I mean, he didn't dominate the game like he has done, say, at Bournemouth or against Man U. But he did his job. But yeah, Maddison, head and shoulders, the best player our best player on the field. And I mean, I just love the way that drag back he can do in the box. He's going to get us penalties. He's going to get us free kicks. And I love the way he's not afraid. That near post shot that he had, which trying to catch the keeper out. I love that kind of thing. He's so brave. What a player.
But you fear the delivery, Sean, don't you, as well? I think you make a great point about the drag back. If you don't commit to him crossing the ball, he's probably going to put in a perfect cross. So as a defender, you have to commit to him attempting to cross the ball, which is why that drag back is so effective, because the delivery is so inch perfect. If you don't commit and he puts a good ball in, they're most likely going to score. So, yeah, I think that's a great point you made about that skill set that he has.
No, he's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, David Clark has been banging his drum, and rightly so. My concern was because of the sort of player he is, he gets a lot of kicks. And they build up, and eventually he's gonna miss a game, and we'll miss him if we don't have him. So I think I mean, the perfect antidote to Tuesday night's debacle was that performance today. 5-2. I'll take 5-2s every week, mate. It's a plus. It's a +3 goal difference. Oh, I'm already. Exactly. And yeah,
the goals are going to be raining. I think we are going to be one of the highest scoring teams this season. and the better we get in defence, I think we're going to be half decent in defence as well. I think a lot teams are going to get opportunities against us, but the 1v1s with those defenders, is they going to get better? Like you said, particularly from Jodi to the left, from right to left, should I say? Porro, again, there's a little bit of concern there. Sometimes, like I said, he was sleeping for the early part.
I put the second goal down to a sleepy Romero who'd covered an awful lot of ground. You know, I thought he was out on his legs at the end of that game. So yeah, that's how they got through.
That second goal, I'm not bothered about.
You can excuse that though, can't you?
Nice.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, you know, given his performance throughout the rest of the game and that goal from Romero. I was so praying that VAR wasn't going to take that away from him.
So true.
That was what he said. I mean, VAR is such a buzzkill, isn't it? I mean, I've been watching football.
Even VAR didn't want to take that goal away.
Oh, well.
I don't think they want to take that goal.
Let's see if it's against City or Arsenal. They'll bloody take it off of us. You worry. Yeah.
Anyway. Sid, you mentioned. Sorry, Sean. Sid, you mentioned it obviously about that goal. When you saw that, I guess you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. As soon as he got the ball, I was sat in the room and I just went goal, because you could see as soon as he got that ball outside the area, the space he gets, you know exactly what he's going to do, and there was no one near him. You know how he's going to bend it. And then when they showed that angle from the back, the way the ball went out and bent into the corner, man, Trafford, he might as well have gone back to Trafford Centre with the way he just got mugged off, mate. He was getting nowhere near that. Yeah. But I think the first 20 minutes, I think Basuma looked a little bit cold, because there was a couple of times where he got the ball and he sort of tried to do his bits, but he lost it and they sort of attacked. So I agree with you guys. I think he was a little bit rusty, but this, you know what, Maddison, man, I just, what, you know what it is? Does everyone remember Black Box? You know the song, Right on Time? We're going to have to change it, because now everybody wants to gotta get up. Whoa. We got to get up every Saturday or whatever to watch Maddison play. And Darius, especially you, because you're not a 80s or 90s man. Everybody on YouTube, Google Cadbury's caramel advert with a bunny. That's James Maddison. Just takes it easy with a Cadbury's caramel. So relaxed on the ball. And I don't know if you guys saw it once or twice in that penalty box where he took that defender for a hot dog, man. The way he just left him for dead. And it's exactly like what Sean was saying. In that box, that the things he can do with that ball. Honestly, Paul Daniel, David Copperfield, Dynamo, they can't do that kind of magic, man. This guy is unbelievable. And I can't wait for Sheffield United game, the next home game. Because Maddison is becoming such a favourite of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, man.
Okay, what I'll just add to that is there are other chocolate manufacturers available to everybody. The front three, Sid. Let me see the front three.
Surprised you fit them on the screen, to be fair. I was wondering where they were going to play.
He did well to get them on there.
He did well.
So there were obviously changes to today's front three. Talks about maybe with Charlton having a slight knock. Probably that was true. I said early doors he's got 5 games. Maybe Ange thought he's got a little bit less than 5 games, but we're going to take the fact that he's possibly had a knock and wasn't going to start. The fact he was on the bench, the fact that he was brought on, to me suggests maybe not. But that's what I'm going to go with. The party line, he wasn't quite fit enough to start. However, his replacement in Man of Solomon today, 2 assists. He looked busy. I've called him the black-haired Lucas Moura. You know what I mean? What someone called him? Hebrew Moura. All kinds of different names.
Hebrew, Israeli Lucas Moura.
So there were some wild names going about this guy. However, what I will say is he's tricky. And he showed some quality today for the first goal against Son. He could have quite easily. He did snatch at a couple of opportunities early doors. And I thought, he's going to try and do that thing which we've seen Lucas Moura do. But then he settled into it. He realised, right, I'm going to get a lot of the ball, but there's going to be players available in that box. He found Son. What a great finish from Son in terms of that. But I think the second goal as well, if you watch the second goal, as I said to Darius, they all were flooding in that box. We had 5, maybe even 6 players in and around the box that were going to finish, and Son obviously scored that. But yeah, I think he had a good game. Kulusevski, I think pace is going to probably be his thing in terms of this side. I don't think he's got lightning pace. Well, he hasn't got lightning pace, and I think he's going to.
I think he struggled the most this game. I think if we're going to choose a worst player of the game, which nobody was bad, but he was the least good out of everybody on the pitch, I would say.
I would agree. I would agree with Bill on that one. And yeah, that's one area of the pitch where we have got a bit of competition now, as we've talked about in terms of the players that have incoming. Brendan Johnson. Sean, in terms of the front three, how did you think the performance went? Obviously, Son, captain's performance, 3 goals, probably wasn't his best game, and it sounds a bit weird to say when you've got a hat-trick, but he likes scoring against Burnley.
Yeah, he does, and, you just have to put... I mean, he actually missed a very easy chance set up by Kulusevski, Darius, I'm going to row back on that. Kulusevski has had a rocket up his arse yesterday because of the new kid on the block. And I thought that was the best game he's played for us all from the kickoff.
Interesting.
No, I don't think he was bad. I agree with you. I don't think he was bad.
He was not worse. He was not worse than Sarr. I'm sorry, Sarr was not at the races today. So I would say Kulu has had that. He's had the rocket across his bows. He knows that he has to step up. And yes, he doesn't have lightning pace, but what he has is a trick. And he, there was a few tricks there today which left that left back in, where he's outside queue for at 99. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't get on the young boy's case.
Can I propose a question to you guys? Or more? Yeah, I want to see what your guys' thoughts on it is. In terms of like bringing in, obviously we've got Brendan Johnson coming in now. I think he's going to be best played off the right-hand side. I still want to see Kulusevski in this team a lot. So for me, would you consider playing him in a role that Maddison's playing? To allow him to at least not have to depend on the pace as much, and the ball control and footballing ability then becomes more prevalent in that position, as opposed to playing on the right, where in a system like Ange, pace is a very, very important factor to have as a winger. So it's just a question. Do you think he could play the role that Maddison's playing, or do you think it would hinder him and make him look worse? Or not worse, but make him not as effective as he is from the right?
I think last week, didn't we do a preview? I'm sure, was it me and you, Sam, or was it me that we said that I put Kulu in that position with Maddison, and we sort of thought, does it work? Would it work? Because he's always cutting in. And I said to you, you know what, maybe we should put him there. And I think we agreed to disagree. And then we said, no, he's not on levels with Maddison. What Maddison can do, you can't replace Maddison with Kulu. I don't think so anyway. No way.
No, I don't think you could play the way that I've seen the system play. I would have said there was a possibility of Kulu playing as one of those 2-8s if we were not so rotational. What I mean by that is what Maddison was doing last week. He was dropping deep to pick up the ball. He was playing off the left. Because he's got the 2 legs in terms of Basuma and Sarr, they're all over the pitch. I'm not quite sure Kulusevski would give you that. What I will say and what I will pose is this question. Okay, if Kulusevski in different opinions, and everybody's got opinions about how he played today, who's under the most pressure of those 3? Let's take out Ritchie from this equation, from our new signing. And I believe it's Kulusevski's under the most pressure of those 3. Based on what I've seen today, now that could be on the right-hand side, on that left-hand side for Solomon, but then Brendan Johnson's a right-hand sided player. So I think that's the most pressure that's going to be on. But he's got the shirt. And once you've got the shirt in football, that's how it should work, So, again, same sort of thing with Richarlison goes. He wasn't scoring the goals. We've now seen Son score a hat-trick. It's going to be difficult for them to put Richarlison back in for the next game, in my opinion. But we shall see what Ange does. He's the manager. He knows best. He knows these players. So, Sid, the front 3 today for you.
I think they've done well. I agree. Kulu started off quite slow, but I think he sort of got into the game. He was causing a bit of manic to the Burnley defence when he actually was attacking them and doing the intricate 1-2 passes when Maddison, Son were sort of interlocking. I think Son started off quiet. I agree with what Sean said. That chance that he had when he went through, I was waiting for the offside flag, and then when he didn't hit the target, I said to my boys, was the flag went up? And they went, no. And I thought, well, then he should have buried it. But you know what? Full kudos to him, because last season we were seeing him running through on goal, and that first touch was going into the stands or to the corner flag or whatever. But the way he controlled the ball and finished it, I mean, that first goal, even the commentators was just like, the finish. any other. I mean, and I agree, and I don't know if you guys agree. I reckon 90% of the other strikers would have absolutely gone for a hammer shot, whereas he's actually looked at it and he's just dinked it over, and what a finish that was. And that, I think that gave him so much confidence. And I think playing with Maddison and him, I think he's loving it. I think he's gonna get better, son. I think, and I don't think you can drop him now. He's got to play that position next Sheffield United.
Agree.
Darius, you was gonna say?
No, I agree. I agree with all that was said. For me, I'm very much thinking about the system. I absolutely adore Dejan Kulusevski. I think he is a great player. I was raving about him when he was at Atalanta before he even got signed for Juve. I absolutely adore. When he was at Parma, I loved him, and it's just like it just makes me a little bit worried that he may, not be as impactful as other players because of how the system works. I'm just thinking if there's other positions that he could potentially fill or potentially play in to allow him to still have an impact in the squad. I don't think he deserves to be dropped at all. He should be starting the games until, something like a bad performance or, injury may cause that to change. But I think he was fine. He was absolutely fine. I was only saying he was the least good out of all the other players. And that's probably just a compliment to everybody else and how everybody else performed. I think the only other thing I'll probably mention, Solomon, again, I can forgive Solomon for, the decision-making because, the teams that he's been in, he probably didn't have as many chances in those teams. So when you get given a chance, you really need to take advantage of it and capitalize. Whereas in this Tottenham squad, I think he realized I'm probably going to get about 7, 8 big chances to create in a game, or maybe not that much, maybe about 4 or 5 big chances to create in a game just for him alone. So I think he realizes now not everything needs to be a shot. You're going to get another chance to have a shot. It's the best decision to make, and that's what's for the team. And as the game went on, he was making very, very, very intricate passes into the box. And yeah, I think it's just all positives all the way around. And again, another shout out is Mickey van der Ven, 22 years old, never played the Premier League in his life, and you'd think he'd been there for 5 years. So yeah, I think he deserves a massive, massive, massive shout out, Mickey van der Ven, because as much as Udogie again is the same thing, Van der Ven has come in and he's blown my mind, really, to be honest with you. Every new signing's blown my mind. That's what's kind of crazy. All the new boys have blown my mind. So I'm very happy to see, the rest of the new boys get their time to shine as well.
Without sounding too dramatic and over dramatic, those two into centre backs need to stay fit for the whole season.
Let me finish this off for you then, Sam.
That's prayers. Oi, look at that.
He's done. There we go. And all animation is free of charge, people. You don't need to pay.
Wow. Sid, I'm going to give you a round of applause for that.
There we go.
Fantastic.
Nice. Next is the next slide, please, Sid. Is that what I should do? Next slide.
There's no more? There's no more?
Cool. Brilliant. Okay, so Tottenham Hotspur. Next game up is against Sheffield United at home. Is that right?
It is.
Week, and then it's the international break. And it's Arsenal.
No, it's not next week, Sean. It's the 16th. We don't play till the 16th now.
Oh, we don't play till the 16th now?
No.
What's happening next week then?
International break.
Is it international break?
Yeah, already.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, it's next week's international. And Arsenal's the 24th. Yeah, sorry, international break then. Yeah. Sheffield United, then Arsenal. Things looking good then. I haven't got the table to put up, but it's a bit premature to put the table up. Let's wait till after about 5 or 6 games. It's nice to see where we are. It is nice. It's very nice to see. But again, we have to think the other teams, 3 points is a lot at this stage of the season, so things change very quickly. What I will say now is it's enjoyable watching Spurs. Me and Darius was watching it together. It was like, oh my God, the goals. And
we weren't even celebrating the 4th and 5th goal.
I had hands over my mouth for the goals, man. It was like, oh my God. But what I've got to think about is the style of play. Some of these players as well were starved of creativity last season. So what they probably did snatch at opportunities. They probably did, if we're only going to get 2 or 3 shots in a game, we're only going to have the ball for like 35, 40%, even if that was quite a lot for us at times last year. So their mentality has to shift from, we don't have to rush these things. And this is what I'm saying. When you go a goal down or even 2 goals down against sort of teams, if you can score 5 goals and you can create X amount of chances, you should always be in a game. Yes, you don't want to go down at any point in terms of goals against, surely not, and particularly, away from home. But at home, I think we're going to be very solid. I think we're going to be a very team. And that if the fans can't see by now that this is the manager to support, we never will be able to support manager, because the football is entertaining. You will not go to White Hart Lane this season, the Tottenham Hotspur season, as it's called by some still, or by people, that's what it's called. But White Hart Lane to most of us, you will not be bored. That's one thing that's guaranteed. So let's have some final thoughts, and let's start off with you, Sid. Final thoughts on the game.
You know what? We forgot about when we even done the preview. We forgot about the game on Tuesday, because it was sort of a make believe team. Back to normal, back to reality, and Ange's got it right. Basically, he knows the team, he knows the players to pick, and the best thing about it, which I'm loving at the moment, is every single player in that team knows what they need to do, how they need to do it, and they're doing it as a team. Forget sisters are doing it for themselves. The Tottenham players are now doing it for themselves. Yeah, and the whole, well, not themselves, but for the whole team. And it's a unity. And it's great how all three captains, the main captain and the two vice captains, scored today as well. So it's a one for all and all for one. And that's what I'm loving. I'm loving it. Loving it like that. And long may it continue.
Thank you, Sid. Sean, final thoughts on the game.
Yeah, perfect response after Tuesday night. Anne's got it wrong. 9 changes is far too many, and he's probably put a few doubts on players, which I think he might need to use. I did want to come back on something that Darius said about Kulusevski in the 8 or 10. I think he sees himself as a number 10, actually, Kulu. I think he said that in previously, particularly when he was playing at Atalanta and maybe at Parma as well. So, yeah, I mean, I could see him coming on as it would be a good replacement for Maddison coming off the bench late on. A tiring trick, being a bit tricky, carving things up. So, yeah, there is a place for Kulusevski at that, but maybe as a bench option rather than the starting option. But, yeah, I mean, what can you say? Top performance. 3 wonderful points away from home. Unbeaten, 3 away games, 3, contrasting away games. I was a wee bit concerned about, Brentford and Bournemouth, but, we came out of there with 4 points. And, we put Burnley to the sword today. So more than happy. International break to come. Please don't get injured on your way out. QT, Van der Ven, the players where there isn't the depth in the squad, and let's all reassemble in a couple of weeks' time to talk about another victory over Sheffield United. Hopefully at the next home game. I'm gutted I'm not going to be actually in the stadium. My tickets have been sold for that, but I will be at the Liverpool game. So looking forward to that.
Darius, final thoughts.
This is my opinion. So again, if you guys do this, I'm not judging you. I don't like to put players on the back of my shirts because I like to wear my t-shirts casually sometimes, and I feel like a number and a name on the back kind of ruins that. But I'm genuinely considering putting James Maddison on the back of my shirt this season because he is. I'm just thinking, the whole podcast we've done today, this whole review show, I've just thought about his performance and just thought about what he was doing on that pitch. And I'm just like, how have we managed to sign him for £40 million? It's actually insane. So I'm just over the moon. This is the exact Tottenham that I loved. This is the Tottenham that I kind of knew as a kid. We always played good football when I was younger, even if we weren't successful. And then as I got older, Poch came in and really prefaced that and made that a main thing about Tottenham for me. So I'm just happy to have our good football back. I think I've made a lot of mistakes in what I've been saying about, certain ways of playing football and how to win trophies. And I think, Sean, it's looking like I think you might have been spot on in saying attacking football is pretty much not the only way, but it's the main way to win.
It's the DNA.
It's the main way to win.
DNA, Darius. It's the DNA of a football club. I mean,
yeah, you can't do very well if you don't want to attack.
You can forgive a lot of things. You can forgive a lot of things if you've been entertained. I mean, there was that last season was unforgivable on so many fronts.
So yeah, that's really, to be honest, I'm just gonna sing James Maddison's praises and say fuck Robbie Williams, because I really don't like Robbie Williams. I feel like he's mooching off of us at the moment. So I just wanted to put that out there. I don't like Robbie Williams.
James Maddison will improve under this manager, but we have to remember it's the style of football's helping him play this. If James Maddison come under the Conte, we wouldn't see that same player. We might see his character, but I'm seeing the players that have improved because they're doing what footballers love to do: attack, score goals, do everything. Basuma's another player now. Sarr, who was 90s, 20s, now just a breath of fresh air. We've got players who now want to play for the manager that's playing. That, do you know how much of a difference that makes to your actual footballing ability? It just goes up. For what James Maddison said in the interview, he said the manager said to him, you can come here if you want, or you don't have to come here, but you're going to see a different Tottenham. And he's like, yeah, that means it's going to be attacking football I want to play. It's not going to be defensive. We're going to play in two lines, at the back. We're going to go on the front foot. We're going to see 6 people in the box to try and score a goal. And we're going to play till 96 minutes. That's every footballer's preface. If you ask them, do you want to score goals or do you want to defend? I know what I'm going to do. So it's obvious. And I'm glad that we have this manager. That's why I said it's only us fans that keeps this guy in a job. The results will come and go, but if you see progression, you see that from point A, which started in July, to point B at this moment in time, which is in September. If you can't see the difference in what we're doing from the Turing troll of last season, as I like to call him, see you next Tuesday, Conte. That's what he was, man, because he was really one of them.
And you know
that's
what
I've got to say about that. Yeah.
The thing with Maddison as well is how quickly he's adapted to the fans, the club. It's like he's been here for years. The love he's got for the club, every time he speaks, it's just like, I'm buzzing. I'm loving it, with his kid and everything. He's just the whole aura around him. And after the games as well, he's going straight to the fans, giving his talk. And he's doing stuff like that, which for a player to come in about a month ago, it's unbelievable. And it's just going to get better. The love for him is just going to get better and better.
Character and personality goes a long way in football with your ability, technical ability. But yeah, he has all of that. And he's happy to, do you know what I'm saying? He's happy to he just wants to play football, but wants to do it in the way that he's been doing it since he's probably been a kid. Do you know what I mean? He's not been brought up in any other way than to play football in that style. So, long may it continue. And as you said, all of you, we need to make sure we do that to whoever you pray to. If you don't pray, just say whatever you want, words, because we want them all to come back from this international break as they're going out from it. Please. I think that's it. We've got a comments in here. So thank you very much, Juice Nuts, for watching. Onwards and upwards, he says, come on, you Spurs. Spursy141, Judge Jodi saying, see you there, Sean. So Lloyd as well, thank you for watching. David Clark, as always. We have Angelo Tyre in the house as well. Philip Hill, loads of you are all watching us. So remember to smash a like on the stream and look out, obviously, for both PRTV Spurs and Paxton Road. Sid's got his hand up. Sid, what do you want to say?
Tell him about Tuesday, man. Tell him about Tuesday.
You tell him about, I don't know. You tell him, I don't know.
Okay, so for everybody out there, Tuesday, come and join us. It'll be a special show where we've got a special man because we're loving Angie instead. We've got James Black, aka Voice of Spurs. He'll be appearing on PRTV Spurs. So we've got a special. Come on, have all your questions to him. We'll have a good chat about football and his singing as well. Maybe Sean might get his guitar out as well. So Tuesday evening, the Voice of Spurs will be joining the Paxton Road TV, PRTV Spurs boys. So come and join us.
What a great guest. Great guest.
Yep.
Judge Jodi is on tomorrow as well. I don't know what time he's doing, Jodi, so you'll have to put that in the comments if you want. But I'm sure there'll be a lot of high scores in that. Much love. Thank you for the marvellous context. Philip, thank you for watching. Sid in Robbie Williams out.
Yes, I'm so down. I support this.
It's going to be good. It's a good season. Like I said, win, lose or draw, I think will be we'll obviously have opinions on the game, but we won't say it's a boring game. I don't think there's going to be many boring games at Spurs this season.
No.
It will be very, very difficult the way that this guy wants to play football. So, yeah, long may it continue. Look out for Judge Jodi tomorrow. Not sure what time she's going to put it. I haven't put it in the comments yet, but sometime in the afternoon. And, yeah, look out for a Tuesday. And then we've got a little break, I guess, until we do the next preview show. So, yeah, all good. Talking points will be back. I think it depends on what. Oh, she's just waiting for Jack to confirm. There you go. And breathe. Good on you, people. Thank you very much. That's it. I'm sure I'll find the music to get out. Where is that?
Match of the day tonight. Make sure you watch match.
Oh, yeah, that'll be good.
Come on, you Spurs.
Nice one. Right, then, come on, you Spurs. Yeah.
Develop.